He tried to ruin my career with a single email, but he never expected that the quiet intern he underestimated would be the one to destroy everything he'd built. I was 22, fresh out of university, working as a research assistant in a neuroscience lab in Toronto. The work was intense, the hours long, but I loved every second of it. Science was my escape, my passion, my anchor. The lead researcher, Dr. Calder, was brilliant, famous, respected, even admired, but admiration often hides flaws, and his were darker than anyone imagined. From day one, he treated me like a shadow. I wasn't a person, I was a pair of hands, a name on no papers, the one he sent to grab coffee or rewrite his grant proposals. I didn't complain. I thought this was how all great careers began. Silent suffering, slowly earning trust. I spent 6 months running experiments for a breakthrough study, one that could potentially change how early cognitive disorders were diagnosed. I ran every trial, logged every variable, documented every anomaly. Dr. Calder barely showed up except to demand updates and remind me to stay in my place. One morning, the university sent an email announcing he had been nominated for a prestigious award based on his groundbreaking work. They attached a draft of the publication. My data, my analysis, my writing, not even an acknowledgement. My name wasn't even listed in the footnotes. I felt my hands go cold. I confronted him later that day, expecting at least an apology. Instead, he looked me dead in the eye and said interns were easily replaceable. He said if I complained, he'd make sure no lab in the province would hire me again. That night, I cried until my chest hurt. Then I stopped crying, and started thinking. For months, I had kept meticulous records. Every experiment timestamped, every document backed up, every correction he'd asked for stored in separate files. And most importantly, the lab's surveillance system automatically logged footage of who ran which trials. He had never touched a single instrument, not once, while he slept comfortably in his condo. I compiled a detailed, evidence-backed report. I included raw data, metadata, experiment logs, and full footage from the lab servers showing me conducting every step of the study. Then I sent it, not to HR, not to him, but to the ethics committee, the grant board, and the award committee. The fallout was immediate. Within a week, the award nomination was withdrawn. The committee launched an investigation. The grant board froze all his funding. When they realized he attempted to publish falsified authorship, the university suspended him and removed him from all active research projects. When he stormed into the lab, shouting my name, demanding answers, I didn't hide. I looked him straight in the face and said nothing. I didn't need to. The truth had already done what I never could. His reputation crumbled. Collaborators withdrew. Students refused to work with him. Eventually, he resigned. 3 months later, I received an email from another lab, one that had heard about my role in the research. They offered me a full-time position in my own project track. The day I walked into my new lab, a sense of calm washed over me. Not triumph, not revenge, just peace. People think justice is loud, dramatic, explosive, but sometimes, justice is a quiet click of a send button, backed by the truth no one can argue with. And sometimes, the people who treat you as invisible are the ones who end up fading into the background. While you finally step into the light,